Sonata form is one of the most commonly used forms in classical music. It might sound difficult and academic, but you probably know more about it than you thought.
If you have performed a piece of music by either Haydn, Mozart, or Beethoven, then you've probably encountered a work in sonata form. Most first movements of symphonies and concertos, as well as chamber and solo instrumental works by these composers, are organized into sonata form.
If you watch a lot of sitcoms like Brooklyn Nine-Nine, 30 Rock, or The Office, you might start to perceive a formula. They often start with a short, funny intro, which might or might not be related to the main plot. Then the main part of the episode might have one or more storylines, each with some of the characters in it. All of the stories have conflict, all of which are resolved by the end of the episode. At the very end, another short, funny incident closes the episode. If an episode doesn't follow this formula, you might feel like something is not quite right, even if you aren't consciously aware of the formula. Like sitcoms, sonata form has an underlying formula. Through this shared knowledge, the composers and listeners can communicate with each other and sometimes have private little jokes. Think of the sonata form as two cookies. Basically, in the first half, the two cookies are the main characters. They are different shapes and colors. In the second half of the song, the two cookies get all mixed up, and by the end of the second half, the two Oreos are back to their original shape, except that the second Oreo is now the color of the first. What you see in this diagram is that the sonata form contains two harmonically enclosed halves. The exposition is the first half, and the development and recapitulation are the second half. In terms of thematic development, the form is divided into three main sections: exposition, development, and recapitulation. So, sonata form mixes binary and ternary form, two of the most common musical forms. The main section is called the exposition. It often has two themes. The primary theme is the tonic, meaning the key of the piece. The second theme is often in dominant, meaning the fifth scale degree. If a piece is in C major, the primary theme is in C major, and the second theme is in G major. In a minor piece, the second theme is usually in relative major, or the third scale degree. For example, if the piece is in C minor, the primary theme would be in C minor, and the second theme would be in E flat major. The development is the most unstable section. Anything can happen here. Harmonically, it usually begins in the new key, only to quickly depart on an exploration of the other key areas before returning to the dominant area, again, the fifth scale degree, which creates a strong expectation for the primary theme in the opening key. Thematically, composers might use a variety of tricks to reuse material. They may only use a fragment of a motif, they may restate a theme in different keys, or they may dress up a familiar theme in various forms. The recapitulation section is the homecoming section. After all the adventures, the characters return home with slightly different outlooks. In this section, the first and second theme are both in the tonic key, to close the entire sonata form in the exact same tonic key in which it began, called a double return recapitulation. In other words, in a C major piece, the second theme is in G major in the exposition and in C major in the recapitulation. The important difference signals that everything is now stable. Occasionally, a development section features a false recapitulation, one that sounds like a melodic restatement of the opening theme, but the key is not actually the same as the beginning exposition. In other words, we are not yet back to a place of stability until the recapitulation returns to the original tonic. In short, a large-scale harmonic tension resolution schema begins with harmonic instability in the transition section of the exposition, which is amplified and put on display in the development and finally resolved during the secondary theme's perfect, authentic cadence in the recapitulation.
The first movement of Haydn's keyboard sonata in G major contains all three major sections of the sonata form and provides an excellent major mode example of the sonata.
Next time, when you go to a concert that includes a movement or a piece in sonata form, try and hear the themes, the different sections, and hear what the composer is trying to communicate. I hope this helps you understand sonata form. Check back in for more videos from Liberty Park Music and hit that subscribe button. Give us a like and share this video with your friends if you found it interesting.